Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. I am here with a special guest who I'm going to introduce in a second. But for any of you that aren't familiar, I have been posting about it recently. I was invited to be a part of Contact in the Desert 2025 this May and early June in Indian Wells, California. I'm lucky enough to be hosting a panel discussion featuring people like Richard Dolan and Danny Sheehan. We're going to be talking about USOs. I'm also going to be recording a live episode of the Disclosure Team show. So really honored. I discovered Contact in the Desert, God, years ago, and I never thought I'd come full circle and be able to attend. So what I'm going to do in this video with my guest, we're going to jump in, take a look at the website and just have a little chat. So let me bring in my guest. Patrick, how's it going?
What's up, man? How we doing? Pleasure to be here.
No, the pleasure's mine, man. Thank you so much. It was great to see you were invited as well to go along to Contact in the Desert. So, I mean, what's your kind of history with like UFO conferences? Have you been to many?
That's a great question. I have not. I've never been to a UFO conference. I've been to lots of conferences, but nothing to do with UFOs. I've never like done anything in person since I've been doing, running the vetted channel. So I am probably beyond more excited than most people because I just never been to anything like this. So I honestly can't wait to just meet people in real life. I come from like my job before this was real life, in person. So I've missed that. I've missed that like intimate personal connection. So I literally cannot wait. I don't mean to be hyperbolic, but I literally cannot wait to go to this thing.
I get it completely, man. And like I was the same. I kind of hadn't done anything like this. And then after a couple of years of doing the Disclosure Team show, and I got invited to a couple, and they're incredible. I know a lot of people hate on the conferences that it's just entertainment. It's the same people saying the same things over and over. But what I found is it's those important in between interactions that you get with other researchers or just members of the public, the networking that you can do. It's just incredible. So any expectations about that kind of thing? Are you going to be out there putting feelers in for future guests and things like that? Or are you just going to be chilling? Like what's the kind of, if you got a plan?
I'm looking, I'm going there for the truth. No, I'm kidding. Like I'm ready to see UFO, No, I think for the reasons you mentioned, I've been to other conferences and that really is always the special part. And that's what makes a great conference is it's the in-betweens, it's the networking, it's getting to know people more than anything. And yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to most, seeing all the different panels, just how they work, how these things operate. Like you said, all of these different other sort of extras that come along with it. So my expectations are probably pretty high, but I know they'll be met because my only high expectation is just to meet people. So that's clearly going to happen. I'm also going to I'm starting the filming of my documentary at Contact in the Desert. So it's like a second very exciting thing for me to go. And this is considered the best UFO conference in the world. So what better place to go? And it was such an honor that they invited me out and have been so grateful and awesome with me to go and just shoot and do stuff for vetted. Yeah, look for future guests, meet other creators like yourself. And I literally just cannot wait to meet people in person and get to know them because that online you know relationship is fruitful, but it's so much more in person, right? When you get to see somebody, maybe you've had a particular idea of somebody, but then you meet them in person, go, oh, they're completely different, or vice versa. You meet them and go, oh, I'm not gonna be hanging out with that guy anymore. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen, but yeah, man, I literally cannot wait. And considering all the things that are going to be happening at this conference, like, holy cow, this is going to be amazing. Just like the panel you're putting on, all the other things that I had Captain Ron on to talk about it on Vetted. And I mean, my God, I'm just like blown away by the things that are going to occur at this conference. So I cannot wait.
That's awesome, man. I've been to conferences like mini cons, tiny ones and big ones, and I think this is the biggest in the world. And look at the venue, man. You're in Indian Wells in the Coachella Valley in California. You couldn't ask for a better location as well. I mean, we're going to be spoiled so bad. It's really really exciting. But I thought what we'd do is for anyone that may be interested, we'll go through kind of their website and look at some of the speakers and we'll take a look at the venue just to see how incredible this really is. So let me just share my screen.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the venue, dude. I mean, exactly. Southern California, late May, early June. The weather's gonna be beautiful. I mean, it just yeah, it couldn't be any better.
For sure, man. Well, let's jump straight in and let's go straight to the venue, man. Let's get that out of the way. Here we go. Indian Wells, California. I mean, you look at, I mean, dude, is this a
Hello. You know
vacation
what?
or a
I'm not even
conference or
going to the
what? I
conference
mean,
after I've seen that picture. I'm gonna be in that gazebo, guys. You see that gazebo right there? You can
yeah.
find me there at that gazebo, hanging out with a martini
Dude,
by the
imagine the
pool
skies
or
just
pina
like
colada,
late night.
actually. That would
Oh
be
my
better.
goodness. But yeah, look, yeah, just, I mean, bars, lounges. I was lucky to
Ooh,
have a conversation with Richard Dolan. He's like, you'll see me and Tracy in the bar. We'll grab a drink. And it's just like, it's like what
so
you
cool.
said before that, seeing and meeting some of these people in person, even if you've spoken to them either online privately or you've interviewed them, 9 times out of 10, the people are even nicer, even cooler, just have more time. And, I've never been
Sure.
dismayed or particularly disheartened by meeting anybody in person. I think the only thing that throws me off every now and again is when people are really tall and you expected them to be
Yeah.
really short, things like that.
I get that a lot in person. I don't feel that I'm that tall, but I'm 6'1".
Me
So when
too.
people meet me in person, they're like, "Oh, you're a
Yeah,
lot, you're a lot taller than I imagined." Because you only see me like you, right? They
sure.
only see us from here up, right? So I could be like 5'2", but
Exactly,
I'm
man.
not. Yeah, man, that's funny.
So let's take a look at the speaker. Well, if I go to the homepage, we can see straight away if it loads. Here we go. We can see straight away the keynote speaker, Josh Gates from Expedition Unknown. Is that a show that you're familiar with? Have you watched much of it?
I've seen some episodes of it. My brother is actually, I mean, he's not involved in this community in any way, shape, or form, but he's talked to me about Josh Gates for the longest time. He
Okay.
loves his stuff, and I've seen some of his stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Hopefully, I get to meet him. To be honest with you, that would be cool.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I know, I've watched some of the shows too, but he has covered the UFO subject, and I think that he
Yeah,
did a good job with it as well. It's obviously it's
sure.
entertainment TV. As much as they're trying to give credible information out, it's always a bit worrying when they touch upon this subject that we love so much. So I was pleasantly surprised he did a really good job. So that'll be
I don't mind
interesting.
the I don't mind the entertainment aspect to the I know a lot of people dog on that stuff, but I don't
Sure.
I like that stuff. I think if you want this topic to grow, you need that. You need what's wrong with why can't we be informed and entertained? Or sometimes it's just for entertainment purposes. We all got busy lives, life's tough, like covering a topic in an entertaining way. I just don't see anything wrong with that. To be honest with you. I enjoy all of that.
Absolutely, man. Why not present something that's, it's
Yeah.
just data and science can be done in a way that's a lot more malleable to people, especially people that aren't interested in the subject. And if they see a nice glossy TV series, then it draws them in. It's a win-win
Yeah.
for everyone. I'm completely
I
with you
agree.
on that. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Right. Let's jump into this speaker list. It's that's the thing. It's
It's
such a
packed.
big list, man. Here we
Oh
go.
my
Oh
god,
no.
it's packed, dude. If there's any conference, and whoever's watching this, okay, listening, if there's any conference you're thinking about going to, this is the one, y'all. This is the who's who that's going to be there, right? I mean, it's beyond crazy.
Yeah.
The guests that they have.
And that's
Look at
another
this.
thing we say about networking and mingling. Any conference I've ever been to, the speakers don't go off and sit in a green room privately or anything like that. They are so
Yeah,
engaging. They're walking around as if just another person there. And, I'm sure it's no
love that.
different here at Contact as well. So, I mean, Ross Coulthard as a late entry here, I think only a week or two ago. I mean, have you spoken with
Oh,
Ross before? Are you hoping to talk
no.
to him?
Yeah, I would love to talk to. There's nobody I wouldn't want to talk to be honest with you. No, but I haven't had him on. I don't do too many interviews on Vetted.
Sure.
That's not my show. I do have interviews. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, that's. I would love to interview him. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Like he's such a staple in the community.
He is. He is really fun guy as well, on and off camera. So, I mean, look, Doctor
That's cool.
Diana Hennessy Powell. What are your thoughts on the telepathy tapes that she obviously where she's kind of known from?
Yeah, I mean, groundbreaking, right? I'm not saying I'm sold on the whole thing. I don't know
Hmm.
particularly yet, but it's absolutely intriguing. I look forward to the work. Her and oh, what's the other lady's name that did
Kai
the
Dickens.
Kai Dickens, that's right. I was gonna have Kai on. We had spoken through text, but that didn't work out, and she got busy, and I just stopped harassing her. I thought, you know what? She got bigger fish to fry. I get it. She's blowing up. Go for it. But I remember Captain Ron telling me that Dr. Diane Hennessy Powell is going to have a sort of live experiment at the conference to
Oh, wow.
showcase the telepathy tapes. They're going to have an non-speaking, you know, person. I don't know if it's a child or adult. I'm not sure.
Sure.
But someone go up and they try to showcase this and like show it in real time. That's amazing. Just for that alone, I would go to something like this. And this is just one of many things. So yeah, I look forward to meeting her and seeing the presentation that they put on.
Yeah,
It's
that's
going to be
really
great.
exciting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that, so I appreciate that, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Of course, we have the two legendary Georges there. I mean,
Yeah.
can't go wrong with George and Knapp, especially. Here we go, moving into the next line here. I mean, what a lineup. I mean, they got the classics, your Linda Moulton Howes and your Dolans, but with Avi
Sure.
Loeb, Avi virtually, it says there, but again, always love hearing from Avi and getting the updates on the Galileo project. Danny
Yeah.
Sheehan. I mean, dude, anyone stand out on that line for you particularly?
I mean, all of them. I mean, I haven't seen a name. I've interviewed Daniel
Yeah.
Sheehan a couple times. I've interviewed Dr. Avi Loeb a couple times. I just had Richard Dolan on recently. We had a great time. I really like that guy a lot.
Yeah.
I've never spoken to Linda Moulton Howe, but definitely seen her stuff and covered it.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Church as well, right? He's so famous in this community for what he does. Yeah, man. I mean, this is just crazy how many people are going to be here.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, look, going into this next line as well, I think this is really important. We've got the experiences, we've got the kind of more consciousness-based side of things, and I think that's a beautiful thing that they're catering for every kind of aspect of this subject. You always get something that maybe you lean towards more than others, and so I think that makes the crowd and the attendees such a versatile group of people as well.
Yeah, well said, man. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Thomas Jane, dude, I'm such a fan
Yeah.
of that guy. It's not even funny. I used to watch. Used to direct movies in the early 2000s. He was starting to direct low budget independent films, and I would watch him, even listen to the director's commentary. Like, I am such a big fan of that guy. I would love to get him on. Tried to interview him once. It just didn't work, time
Yeah.
wise. I interviewed Anthony Peake. Honestly, great dude. I had such a phenomenal conversation with that guy. And yeah, Sarah Breskman Cosme, I hope I'm saying that right. I
Yep.
had to reschedule with her the same day you and I were going to do something.
Oh, right.
Yeah, dude. So I feel bad because I had to reschedule with her before. Like, man, Sarah, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. We're going to make that happen. I really screwed that one up, dude. That's going to haunt me forever. So I'm
Oh,
hoping to
man.
talk with her.
It comes in this community, man. It's totally, I think
I
everyone
know. She's been
understands.
so cool too. She's been so cool. They said the Contact in the Desert set me up with a lot of interviews, dude, to sort of
Nice.
get me going, before this. And she was one I was super excited to talk to. And for whatever reason, the universe is keeping us apart, but we're gonna make it happen.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. I mean, we got Whitley Strieber there. I've been lucky enough to see
Yeah,
Whitley at a conference
that's cool.
before, and he's so. I mean, his story is incredible anyway, but to
Sure.
see him in person and you can see the emotion a lot better in person. That the
Yeah,
trauma that he went through it's something to
sure,
behold. It really is.
sure.
Next line, we've got my very own Nick Pope over here from the UK, Bledsoe, Tracy Dolan with the remote viewing. I mean, again, standouts for you.
Yeah, I've interviewed Nick Pope before. Great guy. Really enjoyed that. I think that was a first interview. That was the first interview I ever did for Vetted.
Cool.
Really great guy. Yeah, I would love to meet him in person. And the others, I mean, Chris Bledsoe, I've covered a bazillion times. I would
Sure.
absolutely love to interview him for sure.
Yeah.
The others, I'm not too familiar with. Even Richard's wife, like I know of her, but I'm not too familiar with her work. That's the crazy thing about this community is no matter how much, how many people or stories, there's always new people
Yeah.
to learn about. So yeah, I would be willing to listen and hear from all of them.
For sure. No, for sure. Here we go again. Oh, look, I mean, next line there, there's, Mark D'Antonio with his Sky Tours. I think his work's really good. Steve Basset, obviously. I mean, love Steve. He was one of the earliest people that ever got me into this subject a long time ago, about 15 years ago.
Oh,
So,
he's
man,
great, man.
yeah,
Steve, I've interviewed Steven twice, maybe 3 times.
yeah.
He's the type of guy, I love him to death. I can ask him one question and he'll talk for 45 minutes. And I love every second of it. I'm just
For
like,
sure.
and then he'll go, oh, you can edit it. I'm sorry. You're right. Ask me more questions. He's such a cool guy. He's so passionate
Yeah.
about this topic that it's contagious. And I really respect him a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, his optimism is, it rubs off on you as well. He's always so
100%.
optimistic about disclosure, and and he's put in the work as well on a serious note. So,
100%.
yeah, he's worth listening to for sure. Here we go as well. I mean, it just never ends, doesn't it? We've got some huge names. It's just Paul Hynek, Ben Hansen, Peter Robbins. No offense to the other guys, and this is the thing for the people that we're not so familiar with. After this kind of event, you become familiar with them, and some of them really might resonate with you, and that's what's so exciting about this event.
Oh yeah, Paul Hynek. I interviewed him. He was great, super cool. That went differently than I thought it would, but in a good way, like surprisingly. He was phenomenal to talk to. Great sense of humor. My God, I loved his sense of humor. And Ben Hansen, I just did an interview with him, and apparently he doesn't do a lot of interviews, to be honest with you. So no, but apparently he's a fan of Edit, and he was willing to do it. And we had such a great conversation, and I look forward to meeting them in person. Jason and Peter and Adam, I'm not familiar with them, but can't wait to meet them. Right? Like, absolutely.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was lucky enough to spend time with Ben. I met him in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he drove me and a colleague to Roswell and back. So I spent many an hour in the car driving to Roswell with Ben Hansen. It was incredible, man. Like,
bro,
the guy's hilarious. He's such a cool man. So knowledgeable as well.
So knowledgeable, dude. Great sense of humor, down to earth guy. I'm jealous, bro. You got to go to Roswell with Ben Hansen, dog. Are you kidding me? That's so sick.
Yeah, it's one for the bucket list, that's for sure, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Here we go. I mean, Robert Solless, again, I've spoken with Robert privately. I've never actually interviewed him, but what a story, what a case. Again, Riz Van Verk there. Riz, I've spoken to privately, and I can't wait to get him on my show to hear, the simulation theory and that.
Oh my
What about that line then?
Yeah, dude. Riz, I would love to interview him too about same thing you just said. Never spoken to him. I've seen interviews he's done, unbelievable. Robert, I had on the show, super enjoyed that interview. What a great guy.
Yeah.
Robert Solless. He was just such a great guy. And these other, I've heard of them. I just have never spoken to them or anything, but absolutely Mitch, for sure. Yeah. God, it's just, I actually love that I don't know everybody.
For sure. That's the thing. Yeah. Total blend. Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing. Here we go. The next line. 2 massive standouts for me, Kelly and Jay. I mean, 2 very good friends of mine. I think you've had them on your show, haven't you, as well?
Yeah. Amazing. Honestly. Really, really amazing people. Great show, Cosmosis. Shout out to Cosmosis. Go check that out. 3-part series. You can get it on Apple. I'm sure other places. Phenomenal. In fact, as we were preparing for our UFO documentary with this documentary company that I'm working with, a production company, I brought up their show as like a reference, a blueprint of like, hey, see, this is what can be done. We can do something in our own way similar to to this. So yeah, they're amazing, honestly.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Cosmosis just goes to show that you don't need these big networks or productions to kind of put together a really good show that climbed the charts on Apple for sure. And I'm really pleased to see that. I was lucky enough. I remember when Jay's story broke, Ralph Blumenthal broke it, and Jay kind of became public, and I was lucky enough to meet him early on and see him grow into the work that he's done and is still doing. It's inspiring, man. He's incredible. So can't wait to. And Kelly as well. I've known her for a long time. Never met either of them in person. So it's just going to be surreal when you lock eyes and you're like, oh my God, dude.
There's going to be a lot of running in slow motion and chariots of fire. You know what I mean? Just
it's happened a lot for me in the past. That's for sure. Yeah,
I love it.
Bryce
Hell
there,
yeah.
absolutely amazing. Again, I was lucky enough to meet Bryce in Roswell. What a guy, man! Super like engaging as well. Bryce, we were sat having
Sure.
lunch, like, and he's just like, "Tell me about you, Vinny," and I'm just like, "Oh shit." Just okay, sure. Like,
Yeah. I got a cool Nike collection. I don't know
yeah,
where do I start? Yeah.
just amazing. But yeah, Ryan,
Yeah, I would love to talk
sorry,
to
Ron
him.
James as well.
Oh
MUFON
yeah, I
guy.
know Ron for
Yeah,
sure.
and then
I've had
other
Ron on
people
a
there.
couple of times.
Yeah,
Love Ron to death. Great guy. Been through a lot. Also,
yes.
a person super dedicated. Put in a lot of work into this community and research. And he got a lot of shit last summer for. Oh, pardon me. I don't know if we can. I'm
Yeah, you
sorry.
can now. It's all good.
He came on last summer and did the infamous. He showed this photo of a UFO.
Yeah,
And
I
that kind of went
remember.
viral in the UFO community. He got a lot of flack for that, and I stuck up for him, and I still never understood whatever. But he's a great guy. He's been through a lot, and he's just put in a lot of hard work into this
Yeah,
community.
he has, and it's just an example of like the brutal side of this community. It's very
Yeah.
easy for people to jump on somebody who made a mistake, and that's the
I
problem
don't
that I
even think it
see.
was a mistake. If in my opinion, he was like, "Hey, help me with this. What do you think?" And like, that's what you want. What?
Yeah,
Wow. I just don't get it. He's bringing forward information and things for you to take a look at. And he didn't have to do that, and
no,
that's what we want. Like, yeah, if anything, it's how he responded to it, which was so admirable to me, and I respected him so much for it. He was like, "Oh yeah, you're right. This photo's BS, and let's move on." Right? He didn't like
yeah,
double down. Like, that's what we want from people. So yeah, I respected him a lot because of that. To be honest.
yeah, no, that's it. Bring it to the hive mind. It gets dealt with quickly and move on
Yeah,
for sure. Otherwise, it could have just drifted in the
dude,
the UFO sphere for years of like, is it or isn't it? And so no, that was a great example.
100%, bro. They figured it out in like 30 minutes. It
Yeah,
was like, he's like, I've had it for months. You
yeah.
know,
It's crazy, man, crazy. Here we have
totally.
another lineup. Katie, I've spoken to. Katie Paige, amazing researcher. Hakeem, I'm familiar with. The others, not so much. But again, awesome
Yeah.
people to kind of to listen to and get to understand and appreciate their work too.
Sure. Yeah, Dr. Paul H. Smith, I've seen interviews with him. I would love to talk to that guy for sure. The
Nice.
others I'm not familiar with, but again, like we've been saying, definitely down to learn from them and meet them and see who they are and what they're about. I love that there's just this diverse group of people from all over the globe looking into the. It just shows how widespread um, this is.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think we get into a couple more. Melinda Leslie there. I've been lucky again and lucky enough to meet Melinda. What an awesome woman, passionate as anything, an incredible experience, a story with her My Labs as well. Dude, if you haven't spoken to her, speak to Melinda. She's incredible, man.
Okay, right on. Love that. Yeah, I never even heard of her, to be honest with you. I never heard any of these names. Again, that
Yeah,
don't
she
mean
was
anything, but
nah, but dude, honestly, she runs like the UFO tours in Sedona, Arizona. Such an amazing location. But her experience, her abduction story is wild, man. Really,
wow.
she talked for like 2 hours and goes into such depth and detail about it. It was really eye-opening, man. So yeah,
Wow.
highly recommend speaking to Melinda. Moving on down there, Captain Ron sliding in there. I mean, Ron is just, isn't he just like the nicest guy in the world? I mean, dude,
Dude,
like,
so cool. I really enjoyed that guy. Again, down to earth, great sense of humor, super reasonable. He just approached the topic kind of like me in a lot of ways. Like honestly, we got along great. I really enjoyed speaking with Ron. I
yeah,
really
no,
did.
totally can't wait to meet up with him as well. So that's pretty much the speakers. Like we said, there's something for everybody there, man, and it's just a beautiful lineup. So, but also, this is something that I think is awesome is they do live podcasts, and I'm lucky enough. Oh, this isn't it. Let me go back. I think it's at the bottom of this one actually. This live podcast where you actually get to sit as an audience member and watch. I mean, look at the lineup there. I'm
Oh,
honored to be a
okay. Yeah.
part of this. But
Holy cow. Yeah, dude. Look at you. Looking all slick, bro. Looking all slick right there. I love it.
it's crazy,
Dude, that's
man.
sick. So all of these people here that you're seeing on the screen, they're all going to basically just record their podcast live with an audience, right? With a
Live
live
with an
studio
audience,
audience,
and I imagine there'll
bro.
be guests from the speaker lineups joining them. I'm hoping to do mine with Jesse Michaels and Chris Ramsey, the three of us, just doing like an
Bro,
hour and a half chit chat about everything UFOs. That's amazing. That's kind of the plan.
wow,
Hopefully we pull it off. But I mean, to see
that's sick.
Ross and Bryce do their thing live as well, and look at I mean, incredible. Just seriously, seriously, such a
I,
good idea. So engaging as well.
such a great idea, dude. That Ron and the team behind are doing such a great job of bringing in creators and influencers and people that cover this topic and do
Yeah,
podcasts and like blending it in. Like
yeah,
that's the way to grow this topic and grow the conference and things like that. Like that's the way to do it. So yeah, props to them. That's so
yeah.
sick, dude. I
And that's the
hope I get to
thing.
go to yours. I hope
Oh
I have enough
man.
time. I don't know the time of that's what I'm worried about, dude, is I won't have time to do everything that I want. I don't think I'm gonna sleep. I just don't see when I'm gonna fit that in, if I'm being
Yeah,
honest.
man. I mean, that's the thing. They do have an amazing schedule. And I think they've tried to cater it so if you're into one certain aspect, you kind of do get to see that
Okay.
flow throughout the weekend and the
Yeah.
week and stuff. So I'm trying to load it up. Bear with me, my
Because the theme is psionics. That's what
okay, cool.
Captain Ron had told me. That's the theme for this year's conference, which fits perfectly into the documentary I'm making, which is about psionics. Like it just
Nice.
synchronicity, bro. It
Yeah.
just like couldn't be any better.
For sure. I mean, this people can download the schedule and it's super easy to use. It doesn't look like this one I'm scrolling through, but there's stuff happening. There's mixtures of lectures with, I mean, look, there's tours and yoga and all these kind of things integrated across the 5 days. So everyone will have a chance to see as much as they can. And even the people that can't
Wow.
make it in person, there are virtual passes available too. So people can just tune in from the comfort of home and watch their favorite or most interesting speakers. And to anyone that's watching, I will be doing a giveaway across YouTube and my social medias for I think a couple of virtual passes. So make sure you're following me on Instagram and X and everything, because I'll be announcing that soon. I
Oh yeah.
think that's pretty much covers it, man. I mean, you mentioned there about how they were kind of bringing in people that cover the subject and influencers. Do you see that as like the future of this kind of event? Because to me, historically, it has been a bit of the same. So we'll be seeing a new shift, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to. I think Ron realizes that too, and the team there at Contact in the Desert. I think they realize that you've got to change with the times and sort of integrate the new mediums of the way we take in information, right? I mean, most people generally that follow this topic and everything that tangentially is connected to the UFO topic listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos. They're on whatever Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, and that's how they take in this information. Yeah, these shows are on streaming net, and that happens too, but the majority day to day is shows like yours and mine. That's what people get in from this topic. So it makes sense to bring them into the fold and make them a part of it, and get them excited about it too, and they can go spread the word. And absolutely, I think that's the way to go. I think it's very smart, to be honest.
Completely agree with you, man. And you do a daily show, which, I've done a few back-to-back shows in my time, and I know how hard that is. So my hat tip to you, brother. Really, really incredible what you do. But how are you going to survive like 5 days with not doing daily shows, though?
Oh, I'll still do them.
I love that. I hope that was what you were going to say.
I'll still do them, bro. I'm a grinder, dog. I'm a grinder. Yeah, I'm a grinder, dude. I will absolutely make sure. In fact, I'm gonna have amazing content. From the conference. Yeah, I'm just gonna be shooting the whole time, just constantly, and yeah, definitely still gonna provide video updates. I may not have the same background, you know what I mean, but I'll record that in my hotel room or out on the floor, whatever I need to do to make that happen. Absolutely, I will not let down, Vetters. I got you, Vetters.
There we go, man. I have heard there are media rooms as well, so I'm sure you'll be able to tuck away in one of them. So, yeah, man. I mean, I plan on trying to do a vlog style, covering every single day. I'm going to try and do something a bit different because that's outside my norm. I thought, I've got the equipment. I'm going to put it to use and
I
see
can
what we
see you,
can do.
Vinny. You're gonna be holding the camera. What's up, guys? I'm in
That's it.
contact.
That's
Like,
it.
subscribe. Let's go. Right.
Hell yeah, man. So I'll have to find you
Oh
and
yeah.
get you on that as well, man.
I'm in, baby. I'm in. Yeah. I'll be doing the same pretty much.
That's so cool. Patrick, thank you so much for joining me on this preview show, man. I can't wait to meet you in person and experience this incredible event with together and with everybody else. I know it's going to be a blast, man.
Yeah, man. And thank you so much for having me on the show, dude. I've been a big fan of yours and watched your work. I've covered it on my channel, and it's so great to meet virtually and will be even better to meet in person. So, props to you and everything you do on the show, dude. And yeah, man, can't wait to see it contact.
Awesome, man. And we'll have you back on the show at another time for sure to talk more UFOs in particular. But before I let you go, tell everyone where they can find you, man.
Search vetted on online. Just that's it. That's all you got to do. VETTED. My shit comes up now, which is great. You can go to our website, vetted.show, SHOW. And yeah, I put out daily videos about the UFO phenomena. Let's go.
Amazing, man. Appreciate you again. And everyone watching, as always, thank you so much. Please check out the Contact in the Desert website if you're interested. If you want the virtual tickets or a chance to win some, please check me out on social medias. The links are all in the description. I'll be announcing that in the coming days. For now, everyone, we'll see you soon. Take care and goodbye.